you'll notice I'm actually splitting it into quarters. That's because on the new car we have 4 bolt wheels. We had 5 on the previous model, so even there, in the smallest of details, we're trimming off as much weight as possible. Now, the new Skyactiv engines, they build slightly further back than the previous models, which gives us more space between the pedal and the rear axle and the front axle, which is great to help us with the proportions and also for weight distribution. So somewhere here is where the driver would sit. Now, we don't want to waste any space, so we'll position the rear wheel behind the driver, but without giving away any unwanted space. So somewhere here probably is where we put the rear wheel. Put him in position there. And this gives us a more compact, a shorter wheelbase than the NC, but still magically, and you'll have to ask Yamamoto-san exactly how we did it, magically we've still got the same amount of leg room in the car despite having a shorter wheelbase. So now if I indicate where we have the position of the head, you'll see it's a long way back towards the rear wheel, which again emphasizes rear wheel drive. Cabin would be there somewhere, I guess. And of course, it's a driver's car, but if you want to take it away for the weekend, it would be wrong to give you only enough space for a toothbrush or two. So, as you heard before, there's space enough for a weekend. So that's roughly the space we'd look at for the luggage. Now, although it's a sports car, and you should look where you're going, some of you will be tempted, I'm sure, to want to put your elbow up on the belt line, so we're not going to make it too difficult for you, so it's not going to be so high. We're going to give you the luxury there to be able to put your elbow up there if you want to do that, so that's where we'll position the belt line. And the rest is all about minimizing as much as we possibly can, so short front overhang, low nose, really important for us, specifically for this car. And the rest then, as I said, as compact as possible, technically possible. And this then brings together the rough proportions of the car. Only then, when we've got that all in place, only then can we start worrying about the surfaces, the shapes, Kodo expression. That comes a little bit later. And then finally, space for the details, lamps and whatever have you. That all comes after we've established the basic proportions. So that gives you a rough idea of the design key behind the vehicle. Now, back up on stage, we will show you some more details of the car, but I think from what we've just seen on the sketch exercise, you can really see how those basics convert into a finished car.